apologies. Alright, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Siobhan Danielle. Back with another vlog. And I just want to say, the way people are going off on Grace because she dared the vampires to come in is insane to me. Like, they literally had her husband, and he literally threatened to go get her daughter. So, like, and mind you, you could just look at the relationship between that she had with Smoke and Stack. She was only their friends through her husband. You could tell Bo grew up with them just based on by how Bo gave Smoke a hug when he came to the shop. Like, y'all gotta give her grace a little bit. Like, she thought she was doing something fine. And honestly, in my opinion, she did the right thing. To get Sammy away from all of this, they literally, even though she sacrificed herself and the rest of them, and they talk about something she didn't even do much. When Remick and them came in, she threw the Molotov. And she put a stake. She literally was on fire killing her husband. Literally. She put the stake through him and was on fire when she was doing it. Like, she was burned alive doing that. And y'all talk about something she really didn't do much. She was fighting. Like, you literally seen her throw it when Remick first. He didn't even talk. She threw that shit. Fuck it. And then Delta Slim. He sacrificed himself to make sure Sammy had that guitar and made sure Sammy was out that place, especially Pearline. Pearline only came by the juke joint just to see Sammy. So imagine if she didn't come by that juke joint. Imagine if she didn't come by. She would have been alive. But then she probably would have been wondering what happened at the juke joint. Like, that's what it needs to be talked about. Like, that shit just happened and nobody's gonna talk about it. Everybody at the juke joint last night died. Everybody went missing. The only body that's still there is the Klansman and Smoke. So what is going to be talked about after that? Sammy done left. They can't get in contact. He went home. He ain't put that guitar down. He drove right up to Chicago. And he was probably working as a sharecropper in order to, doing music. Well, it's evident that he was doing music, but doing sharecropping and then playing music as a side hustle, playing in the clubs and stuff like that. He was good, making his money. But I just don't like the fact that people are... And then they were being racist. Some girls said Miss Wonton Soup. Why would you even say that? And you as a black woman discussing a Asian woman. Why would you even say that? I'm like you just blatantly being racist. You know Grace is a fucking character in a fucking movie, right? You just being racist for no reason. You've been waiting to say that. Now imagine what she say when she go get her nails done. And when she come out of that shop and who she talking to. That threw me off. I was like, that's crazy. But that movie was so good. The storyline, storytelling. We need two more. We need two more movies. I already got a title for the one about Remick and the Native American Choctaw when they was coming out the date. What? They showed up to the house. It was like, God forbid you let him into your home. We need to act now. Sun going down. They got we got a long way to go back. And you talk about sun going down? Okay, got the fuck up out of there. Then, no. And she walked in there and seen her husband, her fiance. And now she done got caught. So, I just can't believe the three of them did all of that. Got married. Cornbread. But you see, the thing was with Cornbread and Mary was already turned by the time she was coming back. But Cornbread didn't notice that anything was off. And because he didn't notice anything was off, when he should have just let Mary not come in the first place, Stack would have never changed. And it would have been Smoke and Stack, Annie and the rest of them, trying to, live. And then the scene where Annie did her reading and she saw that she was going to die. And then she did another reading and saw that Smoke was going to die. And she made a promise to him. She made him promise her, if I get bit, you need to free my soul. Free my soul. Because the things that I know, the things that they want, it's going to be all hatred. And I'm pretty sure that if Annie was turned to a vampire, they would have used her to terrorize the rest of the people. And that's why she told Smoke to kill her. And you saw how when he killed her, because Stack, he bit Annie to change Annie because he knew if Annie was a vampire, Smoke, because of how much Smoke loved Annie, he would have changed to a vampire. But then they saw that he killed her. And you saw how that snapped Stack and Mary out of their because, made them feel. You saw how distraught they were that they ran away. Because Annie said the vampires are different. Over centuries, they become worse. In order to kill all of them, you got to do it one by one. And that's what everybody saw in the end credit scene. Was it the end credit? Or was it the post credit scene when Sammy was playing, when he was in the bar, his club, Perlene, and Stack and Mary came. And you see what it was? It's like Mary didn't want to be with nobody else but Stack. No matter what she had to do, she was going to get him. Basically, she was changed. And she did anything she could just to get her man. She didn't want to be white. She wanted to be with him. I need to know more in this situation because I'm still not understanding how, if she knew who she was sleeping with, the relationship she had with a certain twin, she would know that twin. Nah. Because the way she put up to that train station, she was like, is this Smoke or Stack? Meaning, at one point when they was younger and Stack couldn't be seen with Mary, because Smoke was more reserved and much more nice, he was much more grounded, much more probably of a gentleman, they would have rather seen, if she was going to date one of the twins, it should have been Smoke. Because that interaction made it seem like she didn't know which one of the twins it was, which means they was both sleeping with her at one point in time. Or if Stack was away doing something, and if he didn't want Mary to know, Smoke had to go pretend it was him and stuff. Because, it just... They ate. This fucking movie ate. The movie ate. It was that good. Do they not clean the tables in here? The tables look dirty. But the movie was good. Fuck. Like I said, the one with Remick and Choctaw, Native Americans, will be called Blood and Earth. And then Sinners, the third one, if there is a prequel. And it's about how the twins grew up, and Mary and Annie. But to be honest, Smoke, I wonder how old they were. How old were they by the time, they got the juke joint? Were they in their 30s, the 40s? How old was Annie? And then people got the nerve to talk about some. Annie gave mother. Annie gave mother. When Smoke first got to that scene, he went to visit the grave, and the grave said Papa's hair. And when she came out, nothing about that gave mother. It gave, after all this time and all the shit you put me through, you still found your way back to me. That's what it gave. And do that shit sound like motherly? That was tension from the moment she stepped up out of that house. From the moment she stepped out of that house, it gave sexual tension. And you could tell just about when they was up close and she said, I'll take this knife out and threaten you with it, because it seemed like he would let her do it. He won't let nobody else threaten him. She was the only person that could threaten him and get away with it. Trying to convince her that the money that he got is not blood money or cursed money or anything. But look, she still took it though. Come on. Be so fucking real. The clues is all there. Just y'all purposely trying to go over it. Now, with the little talks about them saying Haley Stanfield, they could always tell she has some black in her. I'm like, bro, her maternal grandparent is half black. That's it. She, come on. But she, I guess they really, did they good background check? It's like I can't speak. They did they good background check to see who actually fit this part, because if, nah, you know what, I just thought of something. I'm thinking that the music has always been in the family. Like they just always sat around. This is a generational thing. They sat around, they played music, they had this guitar, and then the twins' father, was a good a guitar player or something like that. And something happened with him, and they said the father was beating on the brothers. Well, Stack, which led up to them saying that the boys killed their father, which Stack said, nah, it wasn't me, it was Smoke. I was unconscious, and by the time I woke up, you saw what he said. Maybe Smoke was, I don't know, because but it's shown that Smoke is the brother who tries to keep the peace. He don't like getting walked all over, but he tries to keep the peace. And his brother always tests that theory. Like, if there's a boundary set, the brother is going to test it 3 times to see if he can get across that boundary. I guess that was just a relationship. Being that Smoke was older than Stack, he felt like he always needed to protect his brother. Because you saw when he was fighting Stack at the end, Stack was trying to turn him. And he was like, I'm sorry that I couldn't protect you, that I couldn't save you. And stuff like that. Was that a shadow? Or was that something falling? But you see, he was, apologizing to his brother. I could have saved him. Like, even when he walked in and Mary was fucking biting his neck. Like, he was literally choking to death on his blood. And he was trying to save him. He was like, I could have stopped it. I could have stopped it. Because, truthfully, Mary shouldn't have been there in the first place. He said, how much money do you need to get the fuck on? Like, get away from me. I don't want you here. I don't want to be seen with you. Like, and on top of that, she was like, I didn't want to be white. I wanted to be with you. But you ran and left and got married to a white farmer. So, you don't want to be white, but you want to have the privileges it is as a white woman. If you really wanted to be black, you would put your life in danger to be with him. But, hey, I shouldn't be saying that like that. But yeah, girl, the fuck. You cannot be seen with you. And if you're seen with me, they going to take you out. And I don't care what is it. And then she like, what do you care? Why do you think he wouldn't care? He's trying to tell you to stay away because he doesn't want you to get hurt. Like, what are you not getting? He should not be clouding your judgment like that for you to not understand what's been going on. But yeah, I don't know. People talk about something. It was the 7 deadly sins, greed, envy, jealousy, all those type of things completed in there. I just seen a TikTok of somebody saying it, so they could be right. I wouldn't know. Let me go ahead and finish. Just write this stuff down in my book. Sorry, I was burping. But it's 11:35 at night, and I'm watching Hidden Figures. For some reason, on Friday, when I went to go see Sinners, and because it took place 1932 Jim Crow era, what was that? Mississippi? Yeah, Mississippi. I've been in one of those states where I've been rewatching all the things that I grew up on, Black History, Hidden Figures. even though the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman was a fictional story, but it was played by Cicely Tyson in 1974. That's when it came out, I believe. I watched it. And truthfully, that was the first time I ever watched that movie. I watched that Friday. And I even sat there and watched a documentary on the Green Book. That what was it? I think it's the travel book. The first black man to create a travel book. And then I sat there and I watched the movie on it. I watched the documentary and I watched the movie on it. I will say I was heavily influenced by the gummy I ate. But not really, because I had it in my mind that I wanted to, because me personally, not reacquaint my mind to all the things that happen within the black community, because I already know. But rewatching it just in case they wipe it off the face of earth. Like the movies, you see what Donald Trump has been doing. Trying to remove Jackie Robinson, Tuskegee Airmen. Like they are a very pivotal part in black history. What's next? Ruby Bridges? Like, come on. Come on. He's doing the absolute most, and he's trying to make a point. But he's not making a point, he's just making it worse. And when I say he's trying to make a point, he is going to, because he realized how much people hate him, I'm going to show y'all how to hate me even more by removing the history. Because we already know Native Americans, African Americans, Black Americans, respectfully, we built this. We built this respectfully. And when Sinners came out, like that, because I don't even know what to say. Like, and I'm not saying I don't even know what to say, because Donald Trump did his whole campaign on the things he was going to do. They had a list of things he was going to do. And nobody actually believed he was telling the truth, that he was going to do these things. But I'm like, why would he give y'all a reason to lie? Like, not even give y'all a reason to lie. Why would y'all not believe him? If he say he's going to do something, he's going to fucking do it. The only thing that he said he was going to do, that he was complaining about, was the border. And he was president for 4 years, and he did not do anything. He sometimes say things to say things, but at this point, if y'all don't know the person that man is, and y'all can't tell when he's lying, it beats me to how y'all can even move through life with the comprehension skills. But I say that to say, I even started watching Women of the Movement, the show with, Emmett Till's mom fighting for justice to get the men put away for what they did to her son. I watched that. Well, I didn't even finish the show. I got up to episode 3, episode 4. But I just feel like it's not that it's traumatic. It's not how many times you're going to hear the story. It only takes one show but I guess over the years, different generations, every generation is going to have that same show done with more facts to it, making it seem more realistic. Like, not the situation more realistic, the people who are acting in that person's place to be more realistic. So I could understand that. But it's like, we got Women of the Movement, we got I think it's a one called Mamie or Till. 3 shows with the same different. Oh, we already know the history. So, but recently I just been rewatching all the movies and shows. I even looked up movies that came out during the Jim Crow era, but like in the 1930s, like movies that came out in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Like, My grandmother grew up in the Jim Crow era. She was a fucking child. And my grandmother's mother was a slave. Like, this just makes me want to do the ancestry even more, to find my roots, to trace it all the way back to where everything first started and happened, to see where, because I'm generations and generations, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of us placed in different areas, and we're connected. Sinners is what made me want to do all of this, because of all the intertwined cultures, and seeing how they, like, come on. That movie was well put together, and I keep talking about Sinners because it's like it was so well thought out. And then to add vampires on top of that, but yo, not even the scene of Sammy finally getting up out of the juke joint and Remick going after him in the water, and then Sammy start praying, and then Remick just mimics him. Like, yeah, I know this too. And while I'm at it, while I'm mimicking you, I'm going to baptize you too, so you can see that I know exactly what you're trying to do, and it's not going to work. Because it was forced upon me like it was forced upon you. And I could see it so clearly that, yo, what? And it's like, because I was eating a gummy when I went to the movie theater, there's a lot of different things, that little small things that I didn't pay attention to, that I have to go back and rewatch, because every single time you go back and rewatch the movie, it's something else that you didn't see. Like somebody said in a video, when Sammy first, like when the movie first came on and it showed Sammy going into the church, and the guy, right after he got out of the car, the guy was in all white with the white horse in the carriage. She's like, why would somebody be posted up? But I don't know. Maybe she was reading too much into it. Maybe it symbolizes something. Or maybe God, that symbolized God was always with him. I'm not sure. But if she was reaching, maybe it was just an extra who was just sitting on the back of the car. Sitting in the back of the carriage with the horse or whatever. Sitting on the carriage. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was the carriage, the little car thing where you put the crops and stuff on the back. Carriage. Car. I don't know. But. And then. What else? It's like every single time Stat was on the screen, it literally foreshadowed what was going to happen, because first of all, Mary said, "Rot in hell," and he said, "Yeah, I will, and I'm gonna get your ass up." He said, "Get your trifling ass a room right next to me," and you see, they ended up right together. Like, I think it well, I'm not gonna say it foreshadowed it, but like, the movie was so well thought out and put together. And honestly, I knew this, but I actually just watched Sinners like 2 hours ago. I watched the movie like 2 hours ago. And I just have to say, I want to know what was the reasoning as to why Stack lied and said that he got the guitar, him and Smoke got the guitar from somewhere else, when it was actually, well, I can't say Stack and Smoke, because Smoke wasn't in the car when Stack gave it to him. But I want to know why Stack sat up there and lied to see me and said that him and Smoke got this from somewhere else. I feel like I literally just said that twice, and I tried to correct myself because I thought I said the wrong thing, when all in all I just said the right thing that I said that I thought was wrong the first time. That's not crazy. That's a little fucking crazy to me. But, and then at the end, Smoke was like, nigga, put the fucking guitar down. He's like, I can't. What the fuck do you mean you can't? You see that guitar is the reason why it tore this whole motherfucking place apart. Because they heard your voice and they heard your playing and they wanted your gifts. They wanted your visions, they wanted your memories, they wanted your gifts, they wanted your songs. Remick even told you he wanted your visions and your songs. He tried to get your memories to try to show you. He said, I want your memories, but you can't have mine. That nigga was frying, literally frying to death. In the sun coming up, and he still was trying to convert Sammy to him, talking about we're gonna be free together. Free? So you wanna change me to a vampire and then we out here in the sun, I'm finna fucking fry and we dead? So you change me for no reason? So what? He changed Sammy. Sammy's supposed to do what? But I could see he wanted Sammy's gift because Sammy was one of those, play the music, nobody's gonna even know that we changing people to vampires. You got the gift. That shit was crazy. And then, when they was eating the garlic, first of all, Pearline. I'm gonna name my daughter that, Pearline. She gonna have an old ass lady name. I'm joking. But I really do like the name Pearline. But what I was trying to say is they all standing around trying to eat the garlic. Mind you, they eating the garlic for no reason. Literally for no reason, because they thought the only reason why they ate the garlic is because they thought one of the people in there that got bit, and he wasn't even bit, he was drunk. They put that nigga outside and he was alive. I mean, they did try to save him though, but they just wasn't moving to the door faster. And Cornbread done tore his face up even more, and then he eventually became a vampire. But yeah. I don't even know why Pearline was even playing. Bitch, we trying to eat this garlic to make sure one of us is not the vampire. And you talk about you don't want to eat it? And Smoke did what he thought was right. He was trying to keep everybody alive. And she fucking playing around. And Sammy, who had a little taste of her vagina, talk about some put the gun down. Bitch, I'm trying to keep you alive. And that's exactly why he got smacked. Because Sammy, you don't know how to read the room. Shut the fuck up sometimes. You talking too much trying to get yourself out of stuff. You talking too much and not paying enough attention. And then Delta Slim stupid ass. Like, nigga, is you a vampire? You choking or what? Talk to me. He took about, I'm fine. It was them bears. But his role, Delroy Lindo's role inside this movie was just so well thought out. He already done, because clearly he's older than Sammy. Well, I'm not sure. He seems more older than the twins, so he been through, I'm not going to say he been through worse than what the twins went through, because they both together have a lot of trauma put together, right? But Delta, that shit hurt. But Delta Slim, and when him Stack and Sammy is in a car and he's they rolled. What they did, they drove past the group of people, you know. I don't know, well, they all had on, I'm going to assume they were like in jail, because they all seemed like they had on, you know, the uniforms and stuff. And he told them to hold their heads up, and Sammy was asking if he knew them. He said, yeah, he knew them. They played music together, and then one of his friends, instead of thinking more about what he should have done, he cashed out on a $2 ticket, had his money, and you know, and while they are talking about it, you can hear the scene, like the sound of what was happening to his friend overlapping when he was telling the story. And you could tell that he felt some type of guilt because he couldn't really do anything, because he had his money from when they made that, when they was playing, but he drank the money away, because all he wanted was the beers. He drunk it. Just broke because you want to drink. And I feel like because he felt like he couldn't do enough to save his friend, and when Remick came to them and said, I don't want nobody else, I just want Sammy, I want your gift. And Delta Slim stood there and was like, no, you can't have him. He belongs to us. Y'all cannot take him. Because he probably done seen, oh, like just thinking of what the ancestors had to go through. My great great grandmother was a slave. Her family was slaves from Dillon, South Carolina. Hello, the country. But it's like, how can you even, I don't even have the words. Delta Slim really, they really did his character. Every character had their own way on how they was important to the film. But my favorite was probably Annie and Delta Slim. Delta Slim, he was all about, all right, I barely have any more years left. So if this is what we got going on tonight, I'm living the moment. You could tell he was back in a space where he really felt, he probably felt happy than what he felt in years, right? And not only has he, played music for people, but this is different. This is different. We got our, own juke joint. I got a new upcoming blues singer, Preacher Boy. And he's really something. And we really got something here. But he was living in that moment. He said, fuck it. Y'all not taking him. They're going to have to go through me to get to you. And he sacrificed himself. Because they all could have went out. But the thing is, it was too many of them. Too many of them. The sun hadn't even come up yet, so they were still, and it was still a lot of time when Delta Slim did what he did, and they went up the stairs, and then they opened the door to probably jump out. Remick came flying through. Pearline got bit, and she told Sammy, go on, make it to sunrise. Go in that water. Do something. I wonder if vampires, well, they was getting in the water, so water can't harm them. It's just the sun. And now Pearline, I want to know the ages of these people in this movie. Like, I wonder if it's based on the ages that they are in real life. Because that means Michael B. Jordan is, 38? Delroy Lindo is in his 50s. Wunmi, I really don't know how old she is. Oh, I'm finna rewatch Lovecraft Country. Oh, her performance in there? Bitch. That's the first time I ever seen Wunmi. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Wunmi. Hopefully I'm saying it right because it sounds like how it's pronounced. Like how it's spelled. Wunmi. But, and then, so maybe Haley Steinfeld. But then it's like she's 30. And then the twins will be 38. I mean, 8 years older than her. But at what point did they start messing around? I don't know. But watching Sinners got me in that era. But I don't know, because I even thought about, going back to I'm not watching no 12 Years a Slave. I don't like the scene where he is on the tree fighting for his life and he's on his big toe just spinning around trying not to let his feet off the ground. And then the scene where just hitting Patsy in her back. I don't like that. I was in middle school when that movie came out. And did we go see it? Yes. Because for some reason, whenever a movie of slavery come out, you have to go see it because you have to know what your ancestors went through. That's how I grew up. Birth of a Nation. Out of 12 Years a Slave and Birth of a Nation, I think Birth of a Nation was more emotional. Same amount of trauma, yes. But Birth of a Nation was a whole nother different type. And I was in high school when that movie came out. So imagine me, I'm just like sitting with like absolutely no reasoning. I mean, like, no reasoning behind he did something. But until he came out and handed himself over, anybody who looked like him was gonna die. Like that movie, insane. And then you know what they did? They cooked him. They cooked him. It's absolutely no way. It's not no absolutely no way, because that's what they did. It's just the fact that we in this time, and it's been what, 200, 300, 400 years since that happened, and they trying to erase the history of what do you want to, we know the real, yeah, y'all know the real, so why do y'all want to get rid of it? Why do y'all want to give people the choice on whether they want to know more about the black history or know more about what the ancestors did? By default, that's some shit you should already be teaching in class. That's how I was taught up. So now all of a sudden y'all want to take away the critical race theory? As like, come on, be so fucking for real. Take it away. Y'all just more uneducated. The black Americans, African Americans, I ain't even gonna go that way. I'm not even gonna say that. But alright, let me go ahead. I might need to take this footage off the camera. I got a whole bunch of hair bumps under here, and the only way I'm able to get the hair bumps from, because it's itching. The hair didn't grow. The hair is at the surface, but if I scratch it and I pull the hair out, it's gonna break and it's gonna become an ingrown hair. So I have to let it itch and shit until it comes to the surface and I pull it out. I want to get the laser hair removal, but I'm afraid of how that's gonna feel on my skin. And my skin is very sensitive. And I don't want to burn it, but I don't know if laser hair removal burns the skin. I know the chemical peel can do that. I ain't trying to go no chemical peel route. All I want to do is just get rid of the black marks right here. That could stay right there. I don't give a fuck about nothing else, but you see that? And I need to go, what's that thing, dermaplaning? When they, all the excessive hair, because the reason why all of this is here is I got excessive hair growth on my face. If I didn't have no hair on my face, I wouldn't have these black spots. But I wouldn't have the black spots if I left the hair grow and just either nailed it off, shaved it off, waxed it off. And I'm doing neither. When you shave it, the hair goes back thicker. No. Is there such thing as a Mongolian wolf? Because that's what I look like. I don't even know if that's real. You know, like the episode of That's a Raven, Kyle, when he grew all that hair, he turned into a wolf. Me, absolutely. But yeah, I just want to come up here and tell y'all that I was watching Hidden Figures, and Sinners is the reason why I decided to go on a roll of watching these movies and stuff with all of this history in it. I'm thinking about rewatching Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, but I don't watch that already. The one with Calvin Harrison Jr. and Aaron Pierre. I don't watch that show like twice. It's maybe like 6 or 7 episodes. But I'm gonna rewatch it, and I'm gonna probably rewatch all the Martin Luther King movies, even the cartoon one, Selma, Lord Selma. Probably documentaries, all of it. What's this, April? Yeah. All right. Good night, y'all. Gotta go. Woo! Sorry, I didn't mean to show you that. All right. Excuse me for the way I look at this moment. I just washed my hair and it's in the process of drying. I'm watching this show called Rescue High Surf, and these two people in the show, everyone is native. This is on Hawaii. It's filmed in Hawaii. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. I need to always be sure what I'm talking about. Rescue High Surf. Okay, Rescue High Surf set in on the verge of cancellation. Yikes. It's 19 episodes. That's sick. But what series? It's an action drama television series. The series follows a team of lifeguards in the North Shore of Ohio. Ohio. Hold on. Ohio. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but in Hawaii. And majority of them are native of Hawaii. And what I am about to say is these two people. I'm not sure. One sounds like he's Australian, and the other one, I think she just said Pittsburgh. I don't remember. She literally just said it. But they're white, and they was a couple, but then they broke up. He was about to marry her, or they was engaged, and she broke it off and broke his heart. Now, he moved on. He's in a whole nother relationship. But then she sees he's in a relationship. It's still some tension with them. It don't seem like they had any closure to talk about what happened to them previously and how they broke up. They just kind of, when they separated, started dating other people instead of just talking about it and rehashing it before they went to somebody else and disrupted those other people's lives. So they started sleeping. He is engaged. The wedding is in a couple of weeks, couple of months even. Going to finalize the wedding decorations and stuff, wedding venue, all that, reception, wedding rehearsal, all of it. The girl he's dating, I think she's kind of like older than him, a little bit older than him, or they might be the same age, but because she's rich, her dad is rich, and she's basically paying, the dad is paying for everything, because the dad is the traditional thing. He's sleeping with the ex-girlfriend, blowing the new girl off to sleep with the other girl. They meeting up. I have this time available in the morning. Like, what? Why would you even want to do that to somebody that you're about to get married to? If you never liked her and you was never over the ex-girlfriend, you shouldn't have even just decided to even be in a relationship with the girl. But if you was in a relationship with her, money purposes, and she really, it seems as if she liked him more than he liked her, and he was fine with that. And then the money came along with it, so he was double fine with that, as long as he treated her right. But clearly, and then obviously they broke up because the girl found out that he was with him. And then what was even worse? It was the fact that, okay, y'all exes, y'all work together, fucking boundaries. The whole goddamn lifeguard people that y'all work with know y'all information, know what's going on. It's not like it's just y'all two knowing what y'all did and shit like that. Everybody knows. And they literally blame, because the ex-girlfriend name is Emma. I don't know. Was it Imogen? Or did I just make that up? I don't know what the new girlfriend name was. Julie. But then they's trying to, I don't know what the boyfriend name is. Watching the show, I don't watch 18 episodes, and I don't know what is his name. Matter of fact, right here, cast. Will. His name is Will. Emily and Will. So Emily is the ex-girlfriend. Julie is the fiance, and Will in between the two girls. So Julie said, somebody seen you outside with Emily. So when I was going on my business job, going away doing work for 3 weeks, you was sleeping with Emily? 3 weeks was crazy. Sleeping with Emily while your fiance is gone for 3 weeks, insane. And then you think you're still gonna get married to her, and they always be like, let me explain. Explain what? That y'all never had closure, and you thought sleeping with her for 3 weeks was closure? Like, you don't think that's cheating? But obviously, Will and Julie are no longer getting married, but her father had already paid for the wedding. So now, while they all sitting there talking about the assignments and what they're gonna do for the day, a lady walked up in there and said, "You've been served." Okay, motherfucker, you've been served. the father of the bride, well, ex-fiance, is suing Will for $100 and something grand, $120,000. That's how much he paid for the fucking wedding. Oh, you're gonna give me that money back. Regardless if the father is rich or not, you sat up there, you was dating my daughter for years, you proposed to her, she want this lavish wedding, beautiful wedding, I give it to her. And you broke her heart by sleeping with the girl who broke off the engagement to you? Make that shit make sense. That don't make no sense. I wonder if when I did trim my hair, was it even? Do this look even, y'all? I have no idea. And I don't even want to blow my hair out. I don't feel like doing all that. It's hot. I want to keep going back and forth to the bathroom, look in the mirror to blow it out. I don't want to blow my hair out on my bag. Have to get the goddamn vacuum and blow up, vacuum up red pieces of hair that's all over the place. I ain't got time for that. But all in all, Rescue High Surf is really good. It's like 20 something episodes. It's been on nonstop, no breaks, from since September 23rd or September 24th, 2024. It's been on every single. Like, this is the type of show that they need. Like, it's like whenever somebody don't watch the show, they want to cancel it. Just keep the show going. People will come to it afterwards. But, you know, this show was crazy. Oh, but the funny part was when he got served and he looked it up, it was like, one of the other lifeguards was like, I guess y'all two gonna have to go half on paying that back to that man. And they looked at him because no, he's telling you the truth. He told your ass not to be sleeping with Emily. Stop cheating on Julie with Emily. She broke your heart. You remember how that shit felt. She didn't even fucking apologize. She just came back and was like, are we good? Bitch, no. What the fuck? And now, walking around here every single time trying to show off, trying to do something, always trying to be in the way, trying to be seen. Every single time Julie come around, she feels some type of way. Bitch, that's whose fault is that? I ain't mean to go in on her, call her her name. But like, who? That's your fault. You and Will would have been married. Y'all could have been working here together. For all of that, I would have sent her to a whole nother different station. You are messing up the dynamic in this workplace, and you are the reason why this stuff is so toxic. You are the reason why everybody think it's okay to be sleeping with their coworkers or just jumping around from the next. Like, come on. Well, I'm not going to place that fully on Emily because Will also took part in that. But it's like everybody got to walk on eggshells because they don't know what are things to say. They don't know if they could joke or they don't know if they could be serious. And then if Emily want to become captain, her situation with Will is like, you got to do this because I said so. Are you doing it because I'm getting married, or are you doing it because you're captain? Like, nigga, if I just told you to do something, Sonny told me to tell you to do this. So I'm telling you to do this. You've been slacking because of all that shit you got going on with your fiance, and obviously I'm not making it any better. But yeah, that's all I came here. I really came on here to tell y'all about that one little thing, and I gave y'all whole background history. That's not what I meant to do. But it's like, I can't tell you about something if y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So the background information kind of was needed. I don't even know what channel this come on. Something about CTV TV. CTV TV. CTE. That is CTV TV. CTE is crazy. Why did I say that? Alright, but yeah. I got my package from Shein. I'm trying to see if I should show y'all what I got in this one vlog or the next one. Because really what I wanted to do was show y'all my sneakers and my, my package at the same time so it could be one video. But clearly, no. And I wore one of my shirts already from the clothes that I got from Shein. And I got like a 48 or 68 set piece jewelry set. Earrings, rings, toe rings, necklaces, bracelets. Whoa, when did they start doing that? Alright, no, seriously, gotta go. supposed to be doing, what's today, Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. I'm actually in the process of looking at schools. Well, one school, and looking at the PhD programs that they have to see what should I get my PhD in if I decide to go back for it. So this one I'm looking at is Liberty University. That's in Lynchburg, Virginia. But it's an online school. Like some of the majority of the PhD programs are online, but the ones that's like very difficult are residential. So, but this one, it says PhD in psychology, behavioral health leadership degree, and wait, I have master's. Ooh, it's hot. And y'all heard that? That was next door. Slamming the doors real hard. The drawers and stuff. And apply. I'm trying to see. Because I have like I said, master's in clinical mental health counseling, bachelor's in applied psychology. So if I get a PhD in behavioral health, it says, with a PhD in behavioral health and psychology, a master's in clinical mental health counseling, and a bachelor's in applied psychology, you can pursue a variety of careers in clinical practice, research, teaching, and leadership roles within behavioral health settings. You're well equipped for positions that require both clinical skills and strong understanding of behavior science, as well as potential leadership and administrative roles. Clinical practice, obviously a licensed psychologist. Specialized therapy, you can establish your own private practice, offering a range of therapeutic services to diverse populations. Research psychology, you can conduct research on various aspects of behavioral health, contributing to the advancement of knowledge in the field. Clinical research, you can focus on clinical research, developing and evaluating new interventions and treatments. Data analysis, your statistical expertise can be utilized in data analysis and interpretation for research studies. I was going to say something totally wrong. You know how when you're about to read something, you read the first three letters, and your mind goes to a whole other different word than what's there? Like my mind already be made up. Like for instance, I could be typing on my phone, THE, the. Theater come up. What? But back to it, and then it says teaching, university professor. I don't think I want to even go that route of teaching, but if I do, I would rather teach online classes than in-person classes. I could be a clinical instructor. You can supervise and mentor students in clinical settings, providing them with practical training, leadership and administration, behavioral health director, manager, clinical director, program administrator, other potential career paths, forensic psychology, industrial/organizational psychology, human resources, community health, addiction counseling, school psychology, rehabilitation psychology. That's some great fucking information. And then why would it just, people ask that? I'm on Google, by the way. Obviously, why would I say I'm on Google, by the way? And I'm trying to see how long the program is. And I just found out, like I saw it on TikTok, but I needed to make sure this was true. You can go straight from your bachelor's to getting your PhD without the master's. If I would have known that, I would have been done with my PhD right now. And that pisses me the freak off. But that's okay. I think if I would have done, because I don't think, like I knew I was going to go back to school after my bachelor's, but I didn't think it would be like right after I graduated. Because right after I graduated in 2023, the fall 2023, I came right back to the same school that I'm at. And I think that if I was to have been was to have been. If I would have been thinking about a PhD before then, because I wasn't going to automatically go, let me see if I could get a PhD even though I just got my bachelor's. I wasn't thinking clearly of that. I know that is associates, bachelor's, master's, and PhD. I don't think I was in the headspace to even think about going to school to get a PhD, but I did know that getting a PhD was like 5 to 7 years, 4 to 7 years long, or 8. And I think in my mind, I'm like, I think I would rather just have the master's. Hopefully I'm able to get not hopefully, I will be able to get a good job with just the bachelor's or master's, and then I'll be fine. I don't think I would need the PhD. That's how I was looking at it from the time being. But now that I know that I could have gotten my PhD right after I got my bachelor's, I would have done that. And even so, if I would have already had my PhD, I probably could have even still went back and just did my master's. Like, you already got your PhD, what you going to get your master's for? Because I want to make sure I have all 3 degrees. A BS, a MS, and a PhD. And then the certifications next to my name. To be able to become the first doctor in the family, yo, I look crazy. Now, my hair's really drying though. But to be able to, not even a doctor, to be able to be the first person in the family to get 2 degrees back to back with no rest in between, I like that for me. And yeah, I really do hope that there's parents, aunties, uncles, community leaders, mentors, really pushing for the new generation of students to go to school to get their degrees. Because we are, good night. I was about to say something so off the rails that don't need to be said. But yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video.